get straight to it. No ads, timestamps below, all that good stuff. In fact, if you want to, you can probably find all this stuff yourself under the app settings, user settings, and then going under notifications, just like that. You could also just right-click on individual servers and go to the notification settings, or you can even right-click on categories and look at the notification settings in there. As soon as I finish in a little bit, I'm going to go over all the gritty details of how I get my Discord organized. So if you love it, please share it. And if you have a suggestion, let me know, and I'll just update the video, as soon as I can. Because it's time to get our Discords organized. Sure. You could probably keep the 99 of 100 servers that we're all in completely muted. But I know there's some important notifications, but we definitely don't want our phones and our computers pinging us every single time when people are having a rant about Bucky's and Sheets or whatever. So why don't we get started? The first thing I would do is, if I wanted to get all my Discords organized, is I would put them into folders. So you're going to want to have a couple different folders in the Discord par here so you can easily minimize, maximize, whatever. I recommend having maybe 3 categories at the minimum. The first would be servers that I want notifications in. So I'm going to often see the little dots over there. And I'm going to have that expanded so I can always see it. Servers that I just check in often. So maybe I have them muted, but I still want to go in there and see what's going on. And then servers I'm still in because, look, you could just leave. It's a little sad, but no one will notice unless they have a bot that tells them you leave. And even if they do, your relationship with someone else is not based on whether or not you're in their Discord server. I mean, we all have joined hundreds of servers at this point, and I think it's just time to just scale them back. Just make sure that you're Discord friends with them, so that way you can easily DM them at any point. The next thing I would do is I would go server by server of the ones I care about, and I would either mute them, right? Or I would go under the notification settings by clicking this, and I would immediately turn on or off mobile push notifications. I'm pretty sure I have mobile push notifications turned off for every single server but one. So that way I'll get DM messages, but I won't get a mobile ping whenever someone starts a conversation in a Discord. So I immediately turn that off for just about every server I'm in. Next, the question becomes, do you want to mute or not mute that server as a whole? So once again, is this a server that you're going to check in on, or you only want certain bits of information? Then you can just mute the whole thing. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Otherwise, you're going to want to leave it on. But if you leave it on, you're going to keep getting notifications, right? Well, that's only if you have all messages turned on. If you switch it to only @mentions, then you only get mentions or alerts when you are mentioned. And most people are pretty good about doing this, and they'll have specific roles in the server, so that way you only get mentions for the things that you actually care about. You can also choose to mute everyone in @here. There's some servers and places where people are just really gratuitous with this. They'll use /everyone or @everyone @here all the time, and I think that's kind of the motivation that people had to muting servers in the first place, is because it's I don't need the @everyone notification. I'd recommend that no one even uses those anymore unless you're making a huge server-wide announcement, and you should instead use role-based alerts. For example, on my Discord, you can react and get a Twitch role and then get alerts every time I go live on Twitch. There's also bots and stuff that do that for you automatically. I've never bothered to use them, but those are options. You could also suppress all @role mentions. So that way, if for some reason you do have a role and you don't know how you got it, and you're just I don't really want to ask for someone to remove this role, then you can suppress that and you will no longer get those alerts. And this is the second thing I do. The third thing I do is I go through the categories. Many Discords are organized by categories, which is amazing, because then you can right-click on that category, go to the notification settings. You could do the exact same thing. You could think, do I want to get the little white dot for every message in this category? Yes. Or you could do just @mentions, or you can go nothing. And you could just say, I never want the little white dot for when there's a post in this category, right? You can go through. I can go, I'm not really interested in the Dark Caribbean. So then I can go to notification settings and I can go nothing. I do not want anything from the Dark Caribbean. If I want to go in there, I'll read it. If not, I don't want to see it. You can even do this with individual channels. So a lot of times there might be people posting dog pictures every day, and you're like, I don't want to see anyone's dog pictures. Then you can right click, go to notifications, and you can once again say, I want nothing, right? You can also mute channels. So you can sit there and you can mute it 15 minutes, an hour, 24 hours, or until I turn it back on. That's another easy way to do it, is you can just mute the channel. So that way you no longer get any notifications from there. Sometimes there'll be a channel that I really care about, and then I don't know, all of a sudden, like, people just start typing a ton of messages in there. They're having like a conversation, and so I'll literally go to the mute channel for like 24 hours or 8 hours. But obviously, I don't do that for every single server I'm in. I just do it for the select few that I'm getting alerts. Once I figure out the Discord wide, the server, and then the category notifications, one really cool thing you can do, and I don't know when they added this, is you can actually hide entire categories or channels in the server itself by using browse channels. So check this out. Now I'm in browse channels, right? I can see all the channels over here, right? And then what happens is if I unfollow a category, it completely disappears from the server. So if there's a server that has a ton of channels, then you can actually organize them and get it so you don't see any channel whatsoever. You can actually go through here and just unfollow every category of the channel and go, well, I don't even want to see that this channel exists. And then you can go back and you can go, oh, I only want to view these 3. And there you go. So now you can actually organize the channels themselves. Even though you aren't the owner of the server, you can choose which channels you can see by using the browse channels feature. And that's really what I do. I go through and I turn off mobile notifications. I turn off everything except for role notifications. And then I will mute or unmute individual categories and channels that I'm interested in. That way, I still always get those personal @role notifications, and I know when people are posting in the categories and channels that I care about. And it's pretty simple to just mute permanently or for 24 hours if all of a sudden the huge conversation comes up in a specific channel that usually I am interested in. Those are my different strategies that I use. Servo is one of the most creative and coolest streamers in the entire world, SRVO. And that's all I have to say on that topic. So, stay spicy, my friends.